Oh, hey, how are you guys doing? Haven't seen you in a while. We've been busy though, inside the camper doing some renovations, and that's the purpose of today's video. Today's video is going to be part one of a two-part video. I know. Now, today we're going to talk about what we did. We're going to talk about why we did it. We're going to show you demo day, and we're going to show you some repairs that had to be made after demo day.
Okay, now just a heads up. I wouldn't call this remodel controversial, but it's not going to be for everyone. But it works perfectly for us. We've used it for a number of months now and love it. And even if you don't have this particular camper, if you have another couple's camper, we think you're going to find it interesting what we found after we did the demo. So let's get started. So we revamped the entire countertop area. That meant removing the stove, changing out the countertop, putting in a new sink, and a couple of other small improvements. No sledgehammers, Troy.
Before we did this project, we turned off the water and electric. And before I disconnected the cooktop, I turned off the gas, obviously, and bled all the lines before I made the disconnect.
First thing we had to do was remove the stove. Pull out the grates, remove 4 screws, and it comes right out. But there was one more thing we had to do.
So at this point, I did have to make some changes to the gas line, so hold on. Wines, Pines, and Canines has made this video for entertainment purposes. Before making any modifications to your gas or electrical systems in your RV, you should always consult with a professional in your area. Now back to the video. Next, the gas line makes the connection to the stove here, so I disconnected it. Next, I used a 3/8 flare plug to cap the line that comes into the camper. To ensure that we didn't have any leaks with this project, we used 2 methods. Number 1, we purchased some leak detection solution, which is really just soapy water. On top of that, we went online to Amazon and got a combustible gas detector. So far so good, we haven't had any leaks and we've been on several trips.
Now we did make some changes to the plumbing when we changed out the original sink years ago, but this remodel was pretty straightforward. We went ahead, took off the P-trap, disconnected the lines going to the faucet, disconnected the faucet and pulled it out. Then we took a razor knife and broke the silicone seal around the sink that we had originally put in and gently pried it out. Once the sink was out, it was time to remove the countertop. That we just ran around the edges with a razor knife to go ahead and loosen the silicone and caulking that was around the countertop. Then we removed any screws that were holding it down. Then we just gently worked it back and forth so we could go ahead and pull it out as well. And of course, every job requires an on-site supervisor.
That brings us to the repairs. Once we removed the countertop, we saw just how wobbly this thing really was. Now, to be fair, we did add a heavier sink and we did add a countertop extension. But all things considered, we thought some upgrades were needed for this area.
So there were a few things we wanted to improve on. First, this panel by the door was really loose. As was the panel in the middle. And this thin piece of wood along the back, we just didn't think it was substantial enough and it was a little loose. So we set out to make some improvements. First, we marked on the wall where the board was located and where the screws were located. Then we went ahead, removed the screws, and took it off. Then we got a 1x4, notched it for the center panel, applied some wood glue, and then attached it to the wall where we had marked that the previous one was and where we had marked where these screws were. Then we applied some wood glue to the back. And another thing we noticed when we took the countertop off, nothing was connected together. So our next improvement was to get some corner braces and to go ahead and connect everything together. And our third improvement was to add some support for the countertop. We bought these brackets at our local IKEA store, and they're just a simple screw in to the wood frame. And along the back, we had some brackets laying around the garage, so we decided to add those. Looking back, I probably would have got 4 from IKEA instead of 2. And lastly, we added some wood supports here in this middle piece. And then Troy added some wood glue along the groove between the paneling and the wood frame. So once we were done, the cabinet felt much more secure and there was no more wobble. And now that the improvements are done, we're ready for the new setup. And that means to template for the top. But that's going to be in the next video.
Which brings us to the why. Why did we get rid of this cooktop? Well, for Linda and I, we do all of our cooking outside the camper, not inside. And in a 20-foot couples camper, real estate comes at a premium. And for us, it just wasn't needed, and I'm glad we made the change.
So, as Troy mentioned, the driving reason behind this remodel was just to get rid of this stove top. But because we were already changing everything, I also decided to kind of give the camper an updated look. I was never in love with those gray countertops, so we wanted to do some changes there. And we never liked where the electrical was placed in the counter. So we made some changes there as well to solve an issue we had. And we had replaced the sink when we first bought the camper, but it was pretty deep. So we decided we wanted one a little less deep. So since we were making all the changes, we went ahead and got that new sink as well. And I made one other decor change. Now, all of these will be in our upcoming part 2 video. So if you'd like to see those, please remember to
like and subscribe.
And remember, Desi, he always wants you to hit that notification bell.